Hello everyone, I am Karthik KV, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering from AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. From the last class, we already discussed about different types of welding process as well as soldering process and brazing process. So today's class will discuss about oxyacetylene gas welding. Along with that is comes under category of gas welding process. Along with that, we discuss about metal inert gas welding and tungsten inert gas welding. That too are comes under category of arc welding process. So arc welding concept we already discussed in the last class. So that in that case what happens, the so current is passes to the electrode gun and consumable electrodes are used along with the flux coating. So because of that power supply here step down transformer are using, so that will reduce the actual voltage 220 volt to 80 volts then supply to the electrode gun. Then because of that, when the electrode is touches to the workpiece, then it arc produces. Because of that arc, it will burning take place. Then the melted part is deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidify, so you will get the permanent joint. So throughout this likewise you have to move the electrode throughout the workpiece, you will get the permanent joint in the between the two workpiece. Okay, so that is the welding process is mainly used for joining of similar or dissimilar metal by the application of heat with or without the use of filler material. So today's class will discuss about gas welding process. So what is that gas welding process? It is similar to that of brazing process. So in brazing also we are mixing of two different gases, and because of that it will produces the flames. Then that flames will produces the heat. Then that heat will be melts the filler material, external filler material we have to supply. It will melts the external filler material, and that melted part of filler material is deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidify. You will get the permanent joint. So that is called as gas welding process. So that is called as gas welding process. So gas welding is a fusion welding process in which the workpiece are pieces are joined by heat of a strong flame. Okay, by with the help of strong flame, okay, generated by the combustion of fuel gas, combustion of fuel gas and oxygen. The fuel gas may be acetylene, hydrogen, propane or butane. Okay, so here you can see here two different gases are using. One is acetylene gases, second one is oxygen gases. So gas welding is a fusion welding process, so heat welding process in which the workpiece are joined by the application of heat of a strong flame. With the help of strong flame producing heat, that heat melt will be produces with the combustion of two gases. Okay, one is oxygen as well as acetylene gases. So acetylene gases act as a combustible gases. Okay, acetylene gases act as a combustible gases, and oxygen gases is act as a burning gases, burning agent. Okay, these two gases are mixed in the gas regulator. Okay, so here the pressure regulator is there, so it will regulates the flow of two proportion gases. Okay, it will movement of gases. That two gases are mixed in the welding torch. Okay, that two gases are mixed in the torch with the help of gas regulator. This will regulate the flow of two gases. This gas regulator function is to regulate the flow of two gases. Then two gases are mixed together here, and based on that it will produces the, because of that mixture it will produces the flames. Okay, so that flame is also different, depends on the proportion of the gases. That flames is also changes based on the proportion of the gases. Okay, so then because of this flames will melts the filler material, and that melted part of filler material is deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidify, so you will get the permanent joint. This is the brief procedure of gas welding process. Okay, so gas welding is a fusion welding process in which the workpiece are joined by the heat. of a strong flame, okay, strong flame generated by the combustion of a fuel gas and oxygen. Combustion of fuel gas. Fuel gas is nothing but it acts as a acetylene gases. Along with that, oxygen gas is used for act as a burning agent. The fuel gas may be acetylene gas and hydrogen, propane or butane gases. Okay. So here oxyacetylene gas welding, I already briefly explained oxyacetylene gas welding, what is that. So one is acetylene cylinder, or it may be used for hydrogen, anything is okay, but oxygen is required. Why? Because it is the act as a burning for purpose. Okay, so here the acetylene cylinder supply the some amount of gases with the help of regulator. Here also one more regulator is there for oxygen cylinder, that will regulate the flow of oxygen from the cylinder. Here this regulator is used to pressure regulator. We can see from the pressure regulator how much amount of air is how much amount of acetylene gas is flowing from this cylinder. Okay, so that two gases will be flowing here. With the help of this valve we can regulate the gases, regulate these gases. Two gases are mixed in the torch. Okay, two different gases, acetylene gas as well as oxygen gases, are mixed in the torch. Okay, that mixture of gases, okay, based on the proportion of the gases, it will produces the flames. Okay, based on the proportion of the gases, the torch will produces the flame. Then filler material is separately supplied. Okay, so filler material separately supplied, that will melt the filler material because of this flame. Then that melted part is deposited in between the workpiece. This torch is moved along the workpiece, along the joining process. So that melted part is deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidify, so you will get the permanent joint. This is the actual procedure of oxyacetylene gas welding. So here the acetylene gas cylinder, and this is pressure regulator. So from the pressure regulator you can see the how much pressure is there inside the acetylene cylinder. Similarly, one more pressure cylinder is there, pressure regulator is there for to see the pressure of oxygen cylinder. Okay, more amount of oxygen is required to burning purpose. Okay, so then hose. So this is two hoses and gas control valve. So based on this we can control the flow of gases, acetylene as well as oxygen, based on the required flame required. Based on the requirement of flames we can adjust the flow of gases. Okay, so here mixing chamber, two gases are mixed together here. Then based on the mixture it will produces the flame. Based on the mixture it will produces the flame. And two metal part, first we have to clean the metal parts. If any contaminants is there present in the workpiece, we have to remove the all the contaminants, and two workpiece placed together. And filler material we have to supply externally. That flames will melt the filler material, and because of that melted part, that melted part of filler material is deposited in between the workpiece, and we have to allow it to solidify. You will get the permanent joining process. Okay, so here the gas welding, the temperature of this gas welding is more than around 3200 degree Celsius. 3200 degree Celsius. Okay, next so the proportion of gases we'll see in the next slide. So what happens if the proportion of gases increase or decrease, everything. Okay, so here you can see the three different types of flames are observed. Okay, so that is nothing but the neutral flame, oxidizing flame as well as reducing flame. So three different varieties of flames are obtained based on the increase or decreasing the proportion of the oxygen as well as acetylene gases. I already told in the previous slide, acetylene gas is used for act as a combustible gases. Okay, combustible gases. And oxygen gas is used for burning gases, act as a burning gases. So in neutral flame, so two proportion, oxygen as well as acetylene gas proportion is same. So 50% of acetylene gas we have to use and 50% oxygen gas we have to use. So in that case we are obtained the inner white cone flame, okay, inner white cone flame, along with that outer blue envelope flame. Like this structure of flames obtained. If the proportion of oxygen and acetylene is equal, then this type of flames you are observed in the torch end. Okay, you can observe this type of flames in the torch end. Okay, so inner white cone flames and outer is blue envelope flame. Outer is blue envelope flame. This type of flames you can observe in the torch only when the proportion of oxygen and acetylene gas is same. Okay, next one is oxidizing flame. So next one is oxidizing flame. So oxidizing flame is nothing but what? So here the oxygen content is higher compared to acetylene gases. So around 30% of acetylene gases, along with that 70% of oxygen if we use, then you can observe this type of flame in the torch. So that is nothing but the short white cone is very short, you can observe. Along with that, that blue flames envelopes, longer envelope you can observe in the torch. So only when the oxidizing oxygen percentage, oxygen gas percentage is higher, then acetylene gas percentage is lesser, you can observe this type of flame. Okay, so this is nothing but in the neutral flame you can get around 3200 degree Celsius. Why? Because the oxygen as well as acetylene percentage is remain same, so you can get 3200 degree Celsius. In oxidizing flame you can achieve 3400 degree Celsius temperature, and you can get the 3400. So more amount of heat will be generated with the help of this oxidizing flame. With the help of this oxidizing flame you can get the more amount of heat, around 3400 degrees Celsius. Next, last one is reducing flame. It is also called as carburizing flame. So here acetylene gas is higher, so 70% of acetylene gas, along with that 30% of oxygen gas are using. Then you can observe three layer of flames. So that is nothing but first is inner cone, bright luminous color inner cone you can observe. Along with that intermediate acetylene feather you can observe, intermediate acetylene feather. Along with that outer envelope, one big flames also you can observe. But this type of flame is called as reducing flame. Okay, so three layer of flames you can observe only when the acetylene gas percentage is more than oxygen percentage. Acetylene gas percentage is more than oxygen percentage, then you can observe three variety of flame structure, okay. So bright luminous inner cone and intermediate acetylene feather, and last one is outer envelope. Okay, so then this is called as carburizing flame. So the temperature is in carburizing flame you can get around 3000 degrees Celsius. Out of these three, so more temperature obtained in oxidizing flame. So this method is good compared to other one. Okay, so this one is neutral flame. So here oxygen as well as acetylene gas percentage is same, so 50-50%. Then oxygen flame is nothing but the oxygen percentage is more than the acetylene gas, so you can achieve more temperature, around 3400 degrees Celsius. And third one is reducing flame. Here it is also called as carburizing flame. In this case you can observe the three layer of flames, and this case acetylene gas percentage is more than oxygen gas percentage. Okay, I hope all of you understood the three varieties of flame production in gas welding process. Next we'll see the advantages of gas welding process. The process is simple and inexpensive. So process is very simple. Okay, and eliminate skill operator. Skill operator is not required. Why? Because based on the proportion of gases, it will produces the flame. That flame will melt the filler material and deposit it in between the workpiece, and you will after alloy it solidifies, you will get the permanent joint. The procedure is very simple. Okay, and temperature of the flame can be controlled depending on the thickness and type of the material being welded. Okay, temperature can be controlled with the help of type of the welding. Okay, and next one is disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? Acetylene gas is slightly costlier compared to oxygen. So oxygen cost is very high, and hydrogen cost is also less. So acetylene gas is slightly costlier. Okay, not suitable for thick and high melting point metals. So if you weld the high melting point metal, then you have to use that arc welding process only. Okay, refractory metals like tungsten, molybdenum, and receives reactive metals like zirconium, titanium, etc. cannot be gas welded. Okay, acetylene gas is highly explosive. Hence, precaution should be taken during the storage and welding. Precaution we have to take while doing the welding process. Okay, these are the disadvantages of gas welding process. I hope all of you understood this process, everything. So if you have any doubt in uh, welding process, please approach me. So next, comparison between welding, soldering and brazing. What is the comparison? So melting temperature. So based on melting temperature, it is high temperature process. Welding is a high temperature process, more than 1000 degrees Celsius to 10,000 degrees Celsius. For soldering and brazing, it is less than 1000 degrees Celsius. Okay, next, filler material. So filler material used is made up of some material as that of base metal. Okay, so different for if the strong metal, welding of strong metal is nothing but we have to use the strong filler material. So if you want to use the filler material used are not the same as that of base metal. Okay, so next, formation of weld joint. So joints is formed by the solidification of the molten metal with the molten base metal. So joint is formed by diffusion of molten filler metals. Okay, diffusion of molten filler metals. Okay, strength of joints. Okay, strength of the joint is very high in welding points, and soldering and brazing, the strength of the joint is very less. Okay, next, heat affected zone. So very high heat is supplied in the welding joints, for the welding joints. So less heat is supplied for the soldering as well as brazing. Surface finish, it requires surface finishes is nothing but the joining. After joining, lot of slag will be produced in the welding process. We have to remove by chipping process that extra part, but in soldering and brazing, the smooth finishing we obtain. But the finishing is nothing but that will be depends on the cleanness of the joining parts. Okay, next, application used for the fabrication and structural application. So used to join thin sheet metal pipe and wires. Okay, so these are the comparison between welding, soldering and brazing. So soldering and brazing is a temporary joining process, the welding is the permanent joining process. So next we'll see the tungsten inert gas welding. Okay, tungsten inert gas welding. So here you can see the filler material. This is called as filler material. Okay, along with that we are supplying the extra gases, gases. So this is called as electrode. This is called as electrode. Okay, then filler, this is called as filler material, this is called as electrode. This electrode is connected to the electricity, is nothing but transformer. The step down transformer here also using the transformer. Negative terminal is connected to the workpiece and positive terminal is connected to the electrode. Okay, but here non-consumable electrode is using. Non-consumable electrode is using. This electrode is just supply the heat, give the heat. Okay, just producing heat. This electrode just producing heat, and there is no other function. of this electrode. So this is a normal electrode. Okay, this positive terminal is connected to the transformer, step down transformer. Negative terminal is connected to the workpiece. Okay, next we are supplying filler material separately. Filler material we have to separately supplying here. Okay, then gas shield. So gas is also we are supplying separately in the separately. Okay, so what is the function of these gases? That will be that gases, what happens, here the gas will be separately supplied. So what is the function of these gases? So it act as a gas shield. It act as a gas shield. So what is the function? So electrode produces a heat. Okay, electrode produces a heat. Because of that this will be filler material will be melts and deposited in between the workpiece. That deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidifies. You will get the permanent joining process. Okay, then this gas act as a flux. Okay, this gas act as a flux and it prevents the oxidation. It prevents the oxidation. This is the working principle of tungsten inert gas welding. So here tungsten electrode is using. Tungsten electrode is using this positive terminal of electrode. Transformer positive terminal is connected to the electrode and negative terminal is connected to the workpiece. Okay, negative terminal is connected to the workpiece and supplying current to the electrode. So what happens? It produces the heat. It produces the heat. Because of that heat, this is a non-consumable electrode. Because of that heat, that filler material will be melts. Filler material will be melts and deposited in between the workpiece. Deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidifies. You will get the permanent joint. You will get the permanent joint. Along with that, we are separately supplying the shield gas from the cylinder. Okay, the proportion everything is mixed here only. That shield gas, argon is used as a gas. So argon is a good oxidizing agent. So argon is using here. So argon we are supplying from the cylinder to this electrode parts. So what happens? It acts as a gas shield. Okay, gas shield. After completing this welding process, we have to remove the flux agent. Otherwise it becomes a corrosion. It gives a corrosion problems. We have to remove the flux agent. So then you are getting the clean welding part. Okay, this is the working principle of tungsten inert gas welding. I hope all of you understood. It is very simple. So here non-consumable electrode is using. So that is nothing but tungsten electrode is using here. Okay, tungsten electrode is using here. Okay, so tungsten inert gas welding, it is also called as gas tungsten arc welding. So it is arc producers, is nothing but heat producers. Okay, non-consumable tungsten electrode is used in presence of inert gas. Okay, non-consumable electrode. Various alloys like zirconium, thorium, lanthanum, etc. are alloyed with the tungsten to improve the arc stability, resistance to contamination, etc. Diameter of the electrode varies from 0.5 to 6 mm. Diameter of the electrode is varies from 0.5 to 6 mm, 6 m. Okay, so electrode size, it is in between the 0.5 to 6 m. Okay, inert gas used as a shield gas such as argon or helium to protect the welding area from atmospheric gases. Okay, so inert gas, so argon gas is mainly used for preventing from the oxidation, so such oxygen and nitrogen. Pressure regulator and flow meters. Okay, pressure regulator is why required, so to control the flow of gases to the electrode parts, flow from the gas from the cylinder. DC power source of the order around 300 to 900 amps is used. Okay, DC power supply is used for the heat to supply to the electrode. Okay, DC power supply. Okay, and also step down transformer is using to control the voltage of current. Okay, next, advantages and limitation. It welds more different types of metals and alloys. Even unlike metals can also be welded, like mild steel and stainless steel or brass to copper. Heat effect zone will be less as weld is free from specter. Okay, since the shielding gases are used, no need of fluxes that avoid slag formation and further cleaning. Okay, gas is used as a flux agent. Okay, so oxidizing agent. Okay, next, limitation of TIG welding. TIG welding is confined to thin metals up to 7 mm, so it is only suitable for thin metals. Skilled labor is required to handle the welding gun. Why? Because along with welding gun we have to supply the gases. That proportion should be equal, so that proper skilled labor is also required to operate this tungsten inert gas welding. And we have to supply proper current to melt the filler material also, so that proper skilled labor and labor is also required for to operate this tungsten inert gas welding. Here non-consumable electrode is also using here. Okay, next we'll see the metal inert gas welding, that is similar to that of tungsten inert gas welding. So that we'll see in the next slide. So you can see the metal inert gas welding. The difference is here the consumable electrode. The electrode is continuously supplying here with the help with the wheel. Okay, but here power will be supplying to the direct this gun. Okay, power will be supplying to the gun, not to the electrode. Okay, in tungsten inert gas welding we are supplying power to the electrode, but here we are supplying power to the gun. Okay, then continuously supplying the electrode with the help of reel. Okay, along with the, we can also use this feed rollers to continuously movement of this filler material, continuous movement of filler material. We can also use this feed roller and for the supports. And what happens, we are continuously power supply to the gun. So because of that it will melts the melts the filler material and deposit it in between the workpiece. Okay, so here positive terminal is connected to the electrode gun, negative terminal is connected to the workpiece. Okay, so then here this is called as power source, and also we can use the step down transformer to reduce the and control the voltage. Okay, control the voltage. The controlled voltage current is passes to the electrode gun. Because of that it will melts, that filler material will be melts and deposited in between the workpiece and allow it to solidifies. You will get the required metal. Along with that we are supplying the gases, so that is act as a oxidizing agent in the metal inert gas welding, oxidizing agent. So and it act as a flux. Okay, usually argon gas is used for this purpose. So here the main difference is here consumable electrode is using and current is directly supplied to the electrode gun. Okay, then remaining procedure is similar to that of tungsten inert gas welding. Okay, so inert gas is coming here and act as a oxidizing agent in the welding part. So then before the operation process we have to clean the joining place and place the two metals properly, then supply the current to the electrode gun. Then because of that current this metal will be melts, and the melted part will be deposited in between the workpiece. Melted parts is deposited in between the workpiece, so that will be allow it to solidify, so you will get the permanent joint. And along with that inert gas is act as a oxidizing agent in the welded part. So okay, so this reel will continuously supply the filler material. Okay, that filler material will be melts based on the heat supply current. Based on the supply current, that filler material will be melts and deposited in between the workpiece. I hope all of you understood what is that metal inert gas welding and how it will be different from the tungsten inert gas welding. So metal inert gas welding, where consumable electrode is used and form of wire is guided by a guide tube. Electrode metal used is small, same as that of workpiece. okay, electrode metal. So same metal will be used, so that you can get there is no difference between the welded part as well as the two materials. Same metal will be used as a consumable electrode and varies from 0.7 to 2.4 mm diameter. Electrode is fed continuously at a constant rate with the help of that feed roller. With the help of feed roller, we can supply continuously the constantly we can supply the consumable electrode. And MIG uses shielding gases. So metal inert gas welding, argon gases or CO2 gases supplying, it will be act as a oxidizing agent. In the ratio of 75% to 25%. DC current is most preferred. So DC current is supplying continuously to the electrode gun, so to heat up, and control switch is provided in the welding torch to initiate the electric power, and shielding gas and wire feed. Okay, wire feed. So I hope all of you understood. Here the filler material is same as that of the consumable electrode. Okay, so that there is no variation in the joining part. So smooth join will form in the metal inert gas welding. So what is the advantages and limitation of metal inert gas welding? Continuous welding with high penetration is possible. The operator skill is not necessary. So you any can operate this type of machine. Okay, can weld almost any metal. So slag free weld can be obtained. There is no slag. Why? Because the flux is act as a gas itself, it act as a flux, so slag will not produce us. Cracking of weld is eliminated as atmospheric hydrogen is shielded. So these are the advantages of metal inert gas welding. Next, coming to the part of limitation are the welding equipment are not portable and costly. Okay, it is very cheaper, very difficult to reach places. Okay, so next, why? Because the small places it is very difficult to reach. Why? Because we have to continuously supply the consumable electrode, right? It is very difficult to reach the places since the cooling rate is high, and a metallurgical property can be affected. Metallurgical property can also be affected for the metal inert gas welding. These are the limitation of metal inert gas welding. I hope all of you understood the difference between metal inert gas welding as well as tungsten inert gas welding. Thank you for watching this video. I hope all of you understood the concept of metal inert gas welding and tungsten inert gas welding as well as oxyacetylene gas welding. So oxyacetylene gas welding is comes under a category of gas welding, and this metal inert as well as tungsten inert gas welding comes under the category of arc welding process. So we already discussed all type of welding process, like arc welding process also we seen, and soldering process, brazing process and welding process. So soldering is and brazing are the temporary joining process, and welding is a permanent joining process. In most of the situation we are using this welding process, and in welding also different type is we already seen, gas welding as well as arc welding. In that gas, the different proposition of gases, oxyacetylene, oxyhydrogen, like that, air acetylene, like that proportion we different types is there. In that we seen oxyacetylene gas flames different proportion of if you change the proportion, what happens the flame, everything we seen. So I hope all of you understood the different method, different category of the welding process. Still, if you have any doubt, you please refer the notes. In the notes clearly I mention, so what is the different types and different category, how it will be differentiated between between each other, everything I mention. Further, if you have any doubt, please approach me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you one and all.